Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome back if you're returning. It's Fiery Moon and I'm here to do the weekly general collective reading. I was guided to do this reading a little different, so I'm not sure if there's going to be a podcast episode to go along with it. But if so, I will link it in the description box. What do I want to say? I'm going to be using the Mixed Emotions deck and just a traditional tarot deck for this reading, but I was also guided to grab my Scrabble tiles and see what comes up. I know for some of you may be experiencing it's almost like the dream space at night has been really active. So pay attention to your dreams. I know this morning, when I woke up, my third eye is like pulsating, like really strong. So you may just want to, pay attention to that as well. Pay attention to your third eye. And, keep it protected. Try to, for some of you, keep it covered. You may need to do like some meditation, but, the dream space has been really active. As I am recording this, we do have the moon currently in Gemini, and Mars moved into Cancer on the 25th. So we're gonna jump right in and see what's going on as far as the energy this week, and see what messages need to come through. You guys know with the Scrabble tiles, I just pull them at random and see what comes out. See what words we need to be, what comes out really. So right off the back, I'm seeing no and on. Let's see what we have here. Time. We have time. Let's see. For some of you, it may be time to move, because I see time and move. Again, I see night, so pay attention, to what happens to you, at night. Especially like I said, the dream space. I'm also seeing a trine. Let's look at the energy and see. Yeah, Mars will be forming a trine with Saturn and Neptune and Pisces. It won't, they'll be in that aspect. It's not, a full trine. It's, I don't know what you would call it. I'm seeing over. Time to, it almost feels like a shift, which, we all are experiencing as well. I see the ox here. And I believe the ox is in the Chinese zodiac. But an ox would kind of, be like the bull, similar to the bull. So you could be a Taurus. I'm seeing mine. So someone could be trying to, or there's an energy around of like wanting like possessiveness, I'm feeling. I know we don't have a Y here, but I'm seeing the word mighty. Oven, some of you, could be cooking. Let's see what else. I'll get a couple more and then we'll move into the cards. We have woe. Veto and vote. It's funny those came out. What else do we have? They're still giving me the word mighty. We're only an H short of mighty. Mighty warrior. There may be a situation or circumstance that, I'm seeing worn, that's worn out. Or something being worn out. It could be, you energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally. This torn is making me feel like, almost like the Three of Swords. I'm seeing veteran as well. We're a few letters short, but they're giving me that word veteran. You could be a veteran of sorts. And you guys, with these tiles, feel free, if there's words, that even you're seeing, they may just be, an important message for you. I'm seeing tone. Oh my God, and I almost forgot. Because I don't know, if others are experiencing this as well, but I've been hearing like loud tones, or frequencies that have been coming through. They're very high pitched. Most have been high pitched, but I have been having or hearing some, some low tones as well, almost like a deep humming noise. Seeing tires. Some of you may want to check your tires. Or some of you could be tired. With ton here, it's almost like, it's making me feel like the Ten of Wands. You could be feeling overburdened, overworked. Some of you, I am getting the energy of a trip, like taking a voyage. Or you could be a voyager, like a traveler in what you do. Or you could be traveling. Mix. They're bringing me back to the word on. And wet. else do we have here? You know, but feel free. I'll leave the tiles out and see what comes through as far as the reading goes. And like I said, you guys can, you know, if you see any other words or you know, it may just be a message for you, but I'm going to leave these tiles here. And we're going to jump into the cards. And see what's going on. Your first house, second house, your first through fourth house could be important. So you may want to look at those. Because the first through the fourth house are the houses of, you know, individual. So this may just be something that's going on with you. You know, it may not pertain to anyone else. It could be, though. You gotta know how the energy works. But let's take a look and see what comes out. Messages being made for the collective as it pertains to the energy surrounding this week. What messages of guidance, healing, truth, love, wisdom, acceptance, understanding, as well as protection do we need as it pertains to the energy for this week? I'm seeing ogre. Somebody watching Shrek. Let me get one more. Let's see. What's going on? Alright, bottom of the deck we have exhausted, which says fatigued, drained, or spent. And this is making me feel like that Ten of Wands energy. Then we have inspired and fulfilled with confused. And ultimately what this makes me feel like is, you know, this Ten of Wands energy is coming through very heavy. And like I said, it feels like, you know, someone is, you know, overburdened in a situation and is looking for like some type of hope, or, you know, it almost makes me feel like wanting to be released. But with this confused card, it makes me feel like there's a lot of, you know, mental chatter going on for some of you. But it can also be, you know, the moon in Gemini right now as well. And that trine could also be, you know, with Pluto, because Pluto is in Aquarius. But ultimately what I feel like is like someone is looking for some relief or a release of this energy, this exhausted energy. It almost makes me feel like some of you, you know, are tired. You may be having a hard time sleeping because your mind is constantly going. So let's see. Yeah. There we go. We got that. Panicky. It says alarmed, anxious, or fight or flight. Let's see what else needs to come out. Yeah. This is almost with confused and fulfilled. It's like it makes me feel like someone is like grasping for straws, you know how that saying goes. But it's almost like too, with encouraged, angry, and discouraged, it's like some of you may be being pushed to, you know, go a different way, do something different, and it's like you don't want to. But I like, especially with discouraged coming out here, you know, this is conflicting energy. And it's like, how can I explain this? Like, almost you not wanting to, like, it's almost like, again, it's like the energy of talking yourself out of something. You're angry and like knowing what you need to do, but you don't want to do it. Let me get one more. Oh. And then we have lonely. Which makes me feel like it's, you know, it's isolated and alienated or friendless. Which, you know, some of you could be feeling that way. Or wanting to get away and isolate yourself. Or you may need to, you know, get away from, you know, a group. Because this is, you know, it's whether it's a job, it's family, it's work, I mean, friends. Because it's like, it's causing you like undue stress with the stress at the bottom. Let's see what the tarot has to say. For some of you, it's like you're also trying to like, it almost makes me feel like you're wanting to reach out to someone, because this fulfilled energy is coming through as like the star energy. It could be someone, you know, you're separated from. Let's see what's going on. I'm hearing Taurus. Right now we do have Venus and Uranus in Taurus, along with the North Node. Let's see what comes after. What's going on as it pertains to this energy and spread for the collective. Messages of guidance, healing, truth, love, wisdom, acceptance, understanding, as well as protection do you need for the collective as it pertains to the energy for this week. I'm gonna get one more. Some of you may need to write, like journal. You know, just get the thoughts out of your head and putting them on paper. Can't remember if I cut the cards or not. But let's see. Bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. And this makes me feel like just an energy of hesitancy. Then we have the Four of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Again, this is giving me that feeling of, you know, possibly moving, but someone is hesitant to do so. So it's like they're almost just stuck with this Hangman energy. It's almost like an energy of someone, you know, trying to figure out if they should, you know, stay or go in a situation. that it does involve others, because from the 4 to the 8 of Wands is another 4 of Wands. But with this Knight of Pentacles, it's like the Knight of Pentacles is normally an energy, you know, that commits, but it is a knight. So it's like the energy that I'm feeling is like of someone who's hesitant to commit to a situation, whatever that may be. Let's see what comes out. Too many, Spirit. Can I get less cards? Oh. Give me one for panicky. We have the Emperor, which is masculine energy. And it could be, we have the Lovers on the bottom, you know, there could be a masculine energy, whether male or female, doesn't matter, where, you know, there could be, you know, someone feeling like they need to make a decision, or, you know, feeling like, you know, they're going to lose a lover's type of connection. Yeah. Then we have the Ace of Cups coming out under confused. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. For some of you, you're hesitant to make an offer to someone. But some of you, this confusion is based on, you know, the Ace of Cups is the heart. You know, it's in, like, it's like you're, what's the word? It's almost like, you know, like your heart is in one place, but your mind is in another. And we have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, this could definitely be a feminine energy that you're wanting to, you know, reach out to, possibly offer or make an offer. For some of you, it's an apology, but it's almost like they've cut you out. Yeah, and you're holding on. There's that Ten of Wands. I knew it was coming. Either you're repressing, you're holding on, or you're taking on too much of a situation. And it's like it has you, like, you may be like cool on the outside, but on the inside you're a mess. You may be, it's like trying to, you know, hold your composure. So we're gonna do another row and then we'll grab the guidance or advice, because yeah, I almost feel like this Emperor is ready to like explode almost. We have the Knight of Swords. And this could almost be like, you know, someone withholding communication. And it's almost like the need to, like, they have to say or do something now. Especially with the King of Wands here. They need to take action and say something, you know. A closed mouth doesn't get fed. Tell me about this Ace of Cups. You have the Death card. Someone, you know, could have had, this is like change of heart energy, but it's almost like with the Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, there's a Five of Pentacles here, which would be this lonely energy. And it almost feels like this person has been holding back, or, you know, withholding, like I said, that Four of Pentacles from, you know, this Nine of Pentacles energy. Either whether it's them holding back from themselves and, almost not wanting to, budge or open up. But for some of you, it is in regards to a person that, you've been holding back from. And for some of you, this could be, you don't want to, like, it's almost like the energy of not wanting to be alone or being in something because you don't want to be alone. You don't want to feel this Nine of Pentacles, but the Nine of Pentacles is actually a great energy to attain for yourself. Tell me about this Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. The Two of Pentacles. And it's like knowing that you have to drop something because there's two pentacles here. And you're juggling. But there's still an energy with the Moon here of fear of whether it's approaching someone, whether it's, getting out of a situation because you're going to have to leave something behind. I get another one. Give me one for the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords. Yeah. We have the Ten of Swords. Which is like an energy of, hitting rock bottom. It's an energy of, being betrayed. For some of you, if you're dealing, with a feminine energy, you could, like I said, it's still giving me that energy of, being isolated from them. They could have turned their back on you due to a betrayal. Or, you're just feeling like at a loss without this person. For some of you, depending on what side you're resonating on, as the Page of Swords, it's almost giving me the energy of like a realization of, like someone's looking back on this energy. For some of you, if you're a masculine energy, you could have been offered this Ace of Cups from a feminine energy. But it's almost like you didn't take it. You didn't know how to receive it. And it's almost giving me the energy of like someone realizing like you dismissed the blessing. Because that's what the Ace of Cups could be too. And it's almost like now you want it back with the Death card. Because the Death card can be an energy of like resurrecting. For some of you, it's like you want to bring this back. Give me one for this Death card. What did I say? You want that's the Fool. You want a new beginning. It's like you want a second chance or a do-over. And for some of you, this feminine energy over here, they could have said, they ended it with you. And with the Queen of Swords showing up, it makes me feel like it was for the right reasons. The Queen of Swords. Whoa. I hate when this happens. Yeah. Let me... make sure they're... Yeah, this feminine energy, especially with the Temperance and the High Priestess. If they cut you off, or you could be the feminine energy, it's almost like it was in their best interest to do so. Because this person, they're very, especially with Temperance here, they're very balanced emotionally. They have one foot on land, one foot on water. So they know how to, navigate emotionally as well as physically. And with the High Priestess, like, they're very, intelligent, it almost feels like. And, with the Strength card, like I said, it's just making me feel like they did what was in their own best interest. It probably even hurt them to do this. But it's like they had to do what was right for them. So let's look at this Emperor. Let's look at this masculine energy. Tell me about this Emperor. Yeah. It's almost like this person was, there was something that they didn't want to see, whether within themselves, whether within this person, something they didn't want to face. Look at another one. Yeah, it's almost like they were just, immature with the Knight of Wands, or the Page of Wands, excuse me. Yeah, it's almost like they didn't realize, like, they may be a full-grown adult, but there was still, like, a level of immaturity within this person. Tell me about the Page of Wands. Yeah, look, they're realizing that. They could have been, like, I'm feeling, like, the energy of brooding, almost. Like, this person, were bigger than, like, or presented themselves as bigger or more than they actually were. But for some of them, they could have been trying to, like, protect their inner child, protect themselves from vulnerability. But it's like almost with the King of Swords, like, again, they get it now. They're very aware of, what they've done, or, it almost makes me feel like being self-reflective. And now they're playing NSYNC's Gone. And what do they say? I've been sitting here, can't get you off my mind. I try my best to be a man and be strong. I drove myself insane, wishing I could touch your face, but the truth remains you're gone. Yeah, so they had the truth all along, or I won't say they had it, they've known the truth all along. But again, with that Three of Swords there, it's almost like they, were trying to prevent, it's almost like, how can I say this? It's almost like this person is like, well, if I just, stay here and I don't do anything, I know the truth, but it's not, like, again, it's vulnerability that's coming through to avoid this Three of Swords. Yep. Or the need to, actually, commit to something, especially with the Four of Pentacles and the Hierophant. It was like they would rather, not feel, again, there's that Ace of Pentacles, that vulnerability. And, removing this pentacle from being so guarded. feels like also like it was like the Hierophant could be a card of tradition. It's a card of, it's a card of higher learning too. And it's like this person almost stunted their own experience by being like this. As a Hierophant, is also like a teacher energy as well. But like again, they're drawing me back to this Knight of Pentacles, where like now someone is, contemplating on, removing that one pentacle and, offering it up and allowing that vulnerability to, come in. Tell me about this Knight of Pentacles. Where are we at? Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. I mean, like I said, the Four of Swords, and then we have the Star, which is this energy right here, fulfilled. It's a person that, is in, in this star energy, which it could be you, or, it could be vice versa. Take it how it resonates. But it's almost like they slept on you. Like they could have tried to like downplay you. Give me one more for this Knight of Pentacles. But it's almost like in them sleeping on you, they're stuck. Yeah, because they knew. Yeah, they knew, like what it was with the Ten of Cups here. It's almost like they seen this Ten of Cups with you, or you seen this with them, and you sabotaged it. And now it's like, you ran away from it. And now it's like, damn, but I want that sun back. But you chose to go another way. Or they did. And now it's like, they're stuck holding this Five of Swords, which is, it's really coming through this confused as the Nine of Swords for me. But it could be the Five of Swords energy as well. Like just, the Nine of Swords is like when you're at a place where, you're having sleepless nights and you can't get something off your mind. But the Five of Swords is an energy of, that mental conflict, that, mental, chatter that's going on. And now it's like, well, it's almost like, what the fuck did I do? Like, that's how I feel. But they see it very clearly. Or at least, they will, depending on, where you're at with this. And it's like, you ran away from the sun. Or they did. It's almost like, someone, it almost makes me feel like they went back to something familiar. Because then we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Which, how can I explain this energy? Because it's coming off as the same energy, but it's almost like, it's almost giving me the energy of, someone would like allowed their insecurities to drive them back to safety or comfort, but the comfort was in this, in this devil energy. It's like, how they say you rather stick with the devil than the one you don't, but someone is realizing like, nah, you don't ever go back to the devil. You don't ever go back to the devil. But there's an insecurity here. It could have been, this is a lot of pentacles, so it could have been in regards to, now I'm understanding, why they said Taurus, because, it's, it's that energy of, comfort, stability, that energy. And it's also like with this devil, it's like they let their ego, especially with the Ace of Wands, or they were driven by like desires, which could be money. It could be, Taurus deals with, like beauty and the aesthetics. It's almost like someone got caught up in the shiny things. I'm gonna get one more. Tell me about this Ten of Swords. Yeah. Either you ended it or they ended it. However this is resonating for you. But it's almost like you betrayed, a connection, no matter what it was, or they betrayed a connection. And whoever, I feel like this Ten of Swords is felt on both sides, but it's almost like the feminine energy was like, you know what? I'm like, no more. No more. And it's like, how, it was something that, could have been very promising with the Four of Wands, which is that happy home, a stable home, or, a job for some of you. But with the Seven of Cups, you didn't see this person clearly with the Queen of Cups here. And even if this was a job, someone, felt, if this was a job for some of you, how can I put it? All right, we can say it like this. Because, what's crazy is this actually happened. Where, someone in authority could have made a decision. It could have been a decision that they didn't want to make, but they may have felt, forced, or they had to make a decision. Because with the Knight of Swords, it makes it feel like I was already feeling that energy of a rash decision that needed to be made. And, it's like you possibly, they had to let people go, and however it's resonating, you were one of those people that were let go. And it's almost like however much time has passed, they're now like sitting back like, damn, I may have let go of the wrong people or person, or however it goes for you. And now, they're looking for, it's almost like they realize what they've done. And, it's like the energy of, whatever the decision that they made was, a decision that, it saved them, but it, it affected a lot of other people, especially if this is a job. And now, for some of you, you could even have a job, reaching back out, to you. Or like I said, if this is relating as far as people goes, you could have someone that's reaching back out to you. And it's like, nah, like, no, you like, how you gonna, write me off or lay me off and then need me? Because that's what it feels like. And it's like, I mean, I'm not making excuses for either side, but that's what it feels like to me. It was like someone thought that they were bigger than you, and now they're realizing, especially like they were bigger or better, or they, whatever they had and was better than you. Or even like I said, if it's work, is their position. It's like they let their power get to their head. They were power tripping. And now they're realizing like, we on the same page. Because for some of you, what could have ended up happening is, like what you do to what they did to you, or if you did this to someone, now it's being done to them. That's what it feels like. Can I get one more for this Ten of Swords? Yep. Like, damn, like, again with that Page of Swords. So, like, for some of them, they're wondering, like, how they can come in with the Chariot. Some of them are realizing, like I said, the Chariot represents, It's a very balanced card. It represents, discipline. It's a card of integrity. It's, being able to balance, the light and the dark within. But it's also, like being a stand up person. And what's, the emperor actually rides in the chariot. But it's like someone liked their, the position that they were in. Or, however it goes. They liked what they were in, but now it's like realizing, like, oh shit, like, nah. Hmm. Because it is. It's like they want to come through. For some of you, like, if this is, someone that not to say like your boss is going to show up at your house, but this person could be contemplating like just, almost just showing up. But it's like, if you're going to show up, you got to show up as this chariot. You cannot be, like a tyrant. What are we going to use for the guidance or advice today? Spirit, what are we going to use? Being drawn to the energy oracle cards. Because it does feel like they're drawing me back to time again. Someone feels like, time is running out. Especially with this fight or flight energy. And like I said, we did have, this is Mars and Cancer. This is Cancer in the Chariot, and this is Mars and the Emperor. And we are in Aries season. Give me one. What is this time energy that I'm feeling? What does time have to do with this energy? Too many. Well, no, they said take them, so we taking them. Yep. The 3 of Swords and the 5 of Swords. Yep. And what's crazy is it's what the 3 to the 5 is this 2 of Swords. Like I said, they didn't want to, they could have not wanted to see the reality of, either what they were doing, the situation they were in. And now with this energy, it's like, it's almost like this 3 of Swords was going to happen anyway. Because you can't get away. It's almost like someone doesn't want to face the consequences of their actions. But you can't do something and expect not to be held accountable. This is really like like a reading of accountability. For some of you, it's playing out through a person or people or, a situation. But for others of you, this is like an internal realization of, like what you tried to prevent is like you actually manifested. So now it's like time to face it. Or you can't walk, like it's almost like, especially because I'm hearing the word hurt. You can't hurt somebody and then expect not to get, and it almost feels like deliberately. Like, granted, if this is a job situation, okay, I can understand, someone just wanting to make sure that they're safe. I get it. But where's your integrity and moral, as a leader, as a, having to, be in charge of a team or, or something like that. And it's almost like it's a very, where's your, like, again, it's like your sense of morality. Because you wouldn't want to do something to someone that you don't want done to you, don't want done to you. But to do it, deliberately, or, to make sure that you're covering your ass, it that's crazy. What's at the bottom? Yeah. And for some of you, this is definitely a job situation with the 10 of Pentacles. But for others of you, this could have just been for like status and, wanting to, you know, be that boss, but now you're contemplating that. Some of you, you know, now if this was a, you know, a boss or someone who did this to you, now they got, it's like they may have to, you know, find a new job. It's almost like someone thought that they were, you know, untouchable. But nah, there's consequences for your actions. And you have to take accountability. Oh, and I was just getting ready to say, like, I feel like, you know, the justice card and karma. But it's also like before this person can move on, they have to look at what they've done. You have to look at what you've done. And it's like in this letting go and moving forward, you have to like almost, I'm getting like forgiveness with the 8 of Cups here. You have to forgive yourself for what you did. And it'll take some time to get over as this 6 of Swords. Because that's what's tied to this 5 of Swords and the 3 of Swords. You'll get over it. But it's like, in moving forward, you got to be morally upright. Because everything is not about, you know, money and status and, you know, having people look at you a certain way. It's not about that. It's not about that. You have to, you know, it speaks to a level of having like emotional maturity as well as being emotionally intelligent. Like I said, you know, don't do unto others what you don't want done to you. It's really that simple. Because just think, if we all took on, not to say that we have to, but if we all took on that mentality, if we were, you know, doing stuff with, you know, pure intentions and, you know, from an upright place of integrity and having morality, how, you know, think of how the world would be if I, you know, if I decide to interact with someone and, you know, I'm, you know, who I am, I don't want nothing from you, you know, I'm here to, you know, like, we're like, look at people as equals, no matter what titles they have, no matter what they have physically, no matter, you know, because it's almost like, again, it's bringing me back to that energy of power tripping. Like, just because you have more than someone doesn't mean you're worth more than someone. Because one thing that we all are, we are all human. So you're not better than me, or, you know, and I'm not better than you, you know. And I'm not speaking for me personally, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of people feel like, oh, because I have this car, or because I have these clothes, or because I have this job, like I'm better than you. No, like that's a fucked up way to look at the world. You know, it's like they say, you know, you greet the CEO or the janitor the same way you would greet the CEO. Like, you, everybody, like, you know, I don't know. Everybody comes from different walks of life, but it doesn't matter if I encounter a bum on the street or if I, you know, encounter the head of a company. You're gonna get the same energy. Like, it does. Like, at least I know, you know, like, that's how I, you know, my perspective on things. But I'm not better than you, and you're not better than me. And it's like that, you know, that's why that mind came through, because it's like someone has a, like, in order for me to, you know, still have this, you know, position, I have to, you know, have the mentality that it's me versus you. No, it's us. Because if you were so much better, you know, you wouldn't be here. It doesn't matter, you know, that you're the supervisor or the boss. That means you possibly did more work. But you come to find out, especially with working with, within corporations and things like that, how, you know, they get put in these positions because of, you know, people they know. They really haven't earned it. And because you get put in that position because somebody put you on, it's like, nah, but you didn't do the work. You didn't do the work. And that's how, you know, the power tripping comes into play. And it's like, nah, like, because I've been in jobs where, you know, I've been surrounded with people with all these degrees, and I'll be the first to say, like, I knew college wasn't for me. But I ended up walking into, these jobs and, going to these, whatever it was, and having to teach them, because you're sitting here and you're, you can't do my job. You can tell me what needs to be done, but you can't physically do it. Nah. That's, I've been in that situation, especially with work. And it's like, oh, but the only thing you could throw at me is a degree or your title, or nah, you're actually, like, in a way it's like, nah. It's a humbling experience for, the person who, was obviously too big for their britches. Because I know what I've come to find out in my experience, people like this, you could say, like, little things can trigger, people like this. And it's like, but, but it's only because they can only see it from a physical level. Like, nah, you're not, it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. Like, why do we call people bums? Is it because it's 9 times out of 10 because of their outward appearance, you know? But no, some people are, mental bums. Some people are spiritual bums. And, this is just an example. I'm not calling anybody a bum. But, it's just an example. Nah, it's not what I see on you from, your outer appearance. It's the way that you act, the things that you do, the way that you move. That's like, it shows me, like, spiritually you're lacking. Emotionally you're lacking. Let's get the guidance or advice. But everyone, has their own experience. Like I say, it's no judgment, but, I have to explain the energy some kind of way. But it's like those types of people, you see those, I used to say this all the time. When you have, like, those overbearing bosses, it's because at home, they can't be this way. Or when they're not at work, they can't be this way. So they abuse their power. But at home, they're actually, like, the cards are here clearly, like, they're this Page of Wands in their real life, It's honestly like they're being, um, they're receiving that energy from someone else in their life. So they can't, fully express themselves to that person because of whatever situation they're going through. But then it's like they try to take it out on you. And make them seem like they're bigger than you. Nah, fix that shit before you come this way. So let's get the guidance and advice. And then that'll be the reading. I get one more. Alright, so bottom of the deck we have the Door to Value. Yeah, and it's like, it's this is like bringing me, like, the energy of, like, if you don't value yourself, you're not going to value others. Yeah. Then we have strategy, and it's like, oh my god. And then with cornucopia, it's like the way that I'm feeling this, because this is the 10 of Pentacles in this deck to me. This Door to Value is like someone, especially with strategies. Now that's giving me that 7 of Swords energy. But this Door to Value is like someone was willing to do anything to, make them or keep themselves in a certain position, or, attain a certain level of status. And it's almost like, there's a realization, like, again with the strategy, because that's a card of planning as well. Like, they sabotaged it. They sabotaged like a true ten of Pentacles situation, or something that could have been, because it's like the need. Like, I've been getting greed for the last couple of days. What's the guidance or advice? And that's what it feels like gluttony. And here we have the World. And then we have All Tied Up, which is the Eight of Swords. And that makes me feel like, yeah, someone is, caught in a trap of their own making. And for some of you, it almost makes me feel like to want to say, like, you're on the outside of a situation, which is, this lonely energy, or for some of you, it could be a specific person. Let me get this book. So let's read the World. 29. All right. So the World, when it's upright, or it says expansion and opening up. When in the upright, the man in this picture is looking out over a bay, above which the beautiful sphere of Earth is rotating. This card is reminding you to expand your vision and contemplate some much broader options. The world is wide, so there's a lot out there to consider. In the modern age of technology, this could specifically be referring to creating or expanding on a more global network through the internet or social marketing. Drawing this card lets you know you have unlimited resources available to you, and now is the time to think big. As they say, the world is your oyster, so get ready to gobble it up. Then it says, if this in the reverse. Receiving the world reverse means that you've been severely limited in your view of things. You're thinking too narrowly, either in your options for actions or in what you feel you deserve. You may be feeling boxed in by old ways of doing things, not quite sure of how to expand. This card calls for you to creatively think outside of the box that you find yourself in now, which is this right here. This All Tied Up, and I'm actually going to read that one too. In addition, you may have emotionally painted yourself into a corner, surrounded on all sides by energies such as fear, short-sightedness, limited thinking, or self-doubt. But you still have the option to let all of that go. And this card is telling you not to wait a minute longer to do so. It's time to break out, see the unlimited horizons around you, and know that the world is waiting for you to take center stage. And the affirmation for this card says, my life expands into boundless horizons with unlimited powerful energy. A world of possibilities is opening to me now. And let's read this All Tied Up. 23. So it says, all tied up, a lack of motion or sense of personal freedom. This card shows a woman tied up with vines around her wrist, body, and arms. Receiving this card upright represents a situation in your life where things seem to be severely struck. A major drama may be going on around you, stopping you from moving forward. Or it may be some technicalities are blocking your way. Perhaps you're waiting for a contract to be signed or an agreement to be made. Whatever is holding things up, the restrictions may be feeling quite oppressive at this time. If this isn't technically the case for you, what's tying you up is your own personal stuff. Look at your life and see how you can be your own jailer. Are you tying yourself up in some emotional angst or in a negative habit that you refuse to deal with? If so, it's time to cut the vines and make some serious changes now. You needn't live your life, or you needn't live in your self-imposed jail any longer. So when this card is reversed, this card reversed is telling you that the ties that bind are about to break loose. A previously stuck situation is opening up, and the restrictions are clearing out. This card reverse also indicates that you're ready to break free from the habits and patterns that have kept you tied up for so long. Get ready to free yourself. You have all the power and clarity at this point. So untie the binds of the patterns that have stopped you from being authentic and empowered. Now is the time to liberate yourself. And the affirmation for this card says, I release stuck energy, old habits, and restrictions. My life is opening up and I'm free to choose my reality. Yep. Ooh, so sorry I had to stretch. Yeah, I mean, it's really, kind of, right there in your face for however this is resonating for you. And if you're, again, they're bringing me to this Queen of Swords, if you're a feminine energy that, could have turned your back, again, whether male or female, doesn't matter. There's someone or something that's feeling, isolated from you for whatever reason. And there's a need, like they want to reach out, but this person has to take care of that, whatever this is over there. It's very vague because, it's almost different for everyone. But collectively, like, this is, the energy. Can I get one more? They're telling me to get one for this Queen of Swords, Queen of Swords, Ten of Swords. I don't know who wants that or needs, some additional confirmation or clarification, but let's see. Yeah, if you're the feminine energy, you're focused on moving forward. Like, you're done. You're headed into a new cycle with the Wheel of Fortune here. Yeah. And again, we have the Page of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. Yeah, like, someone is realizing, like, either they were too hasty in a situation and, realizing, like, with this Page of Pentacles, they're having the self-check. And honestly, like, I don't feel like, if this is someone approaching you, like, an apology, like, that, nah, if you're gonna apologize, you need to come as this, as, mature. Don't come in as a Page of Pentacles. But that's, not for me to decide. But it's also, like, someone is realizing, like, you're, moving away from them. Or, you're headed, towards, moving forward. Like I said, like, it's the energy of wanting to come back. But they have to release control. They have to, work on this need or this want to, like, be in charge. But it's almost like via this tower, they've been humbled. Because this tower is releasing that need to tame and control, and almost the need for power. So as always, guys, I thank you for tuning in with me. Sending you all love and light. Hope everyone has a, enjoys this week. And I'll see y'all on the next reading. All right. Later.